Hello, my friends. Oh my gosh, I just learned about this new way of doing your makeup and I'm gonna try it for the first time here. So I recorded it in case I need to delete it, and it's called glass skin. So if you guys haven't heard of it, it's like your skin is just really luminous and it's shiny without looking like it's like sweaty or shimmery. It's more of this glow that comes from underneath. So a couple of the things that are different that I don't normally do with when I'm putting on my foundation and my makeup is using some kind of emollient moisturizer and our naturally oil. So this is so interesting. I'm super excited to see what happens. So enjoy the journey, you guys. So I'm going to tell you what I've learned so far. So I have my skincare done, my serums on, and my moisturizer on. So I have SPF already. And so the first thing I'm going to do is start with my foundation primer. Oh my gosh, you guys, our foundation primer is amazing. So it just takes a little teeny tiny bit. It has SPF 15 in it. And what I want to do is just sort of warm it up in between my fingers. And so what this is doing is it's starting to fill in your fine lines and wrinkles, add a little extra hydration. It's going to allow your foundation to go on more evenly, and what it's also is like filling in your pores without clogging your pores. So I just love that. So once you are, if you're going up, you want to kind of bring that just gently down. We don't want to tug on our face, but we want to make sure that the pores are filled in both directions. So kind of like, think about if you're painting a textured surface with a roller. And so you go up one way and there's a bunch of color underneath there still. So you need to roll it down the other way to fill in all those bumps. So that's what we're doing right here. And the foundation primer is so super soft and silky. I absolutely love it. So it's also helping to create a barrier against free radicals and UVA and UVB rays. So all of the things that are damaging to your skin and causing premature signs of aging. So the first thing I'm going to do after that, underneath my foundation, is put on some of our moisturizing sticks. So this is from the Naturally line. And oh my gosh, you guys, this Naturally line is amazing. So they just brought it out last fall or the fall before. I think it was just last fall. And so it's all naturally derived ingredients. So I want to put it especially under my eyes where it's a little more dry under there and on the raised surfaces of my face. So I'm going to make sure that I get it into the fine lines and wrinkles over here. And I wrote notes when I was listening to this gal do it earlier and telling all about it. So naturally sticks on the high parts of your face. So something with an emollient in it. So it's kind of sticky and kind of thick. So we're going there. We're going to go on my nose, right on the high point. We're going to go right there, and I'm going to put a little here and above my brow bone. We want to highlight above the brow bone. So this is just made of waxes. There's beeswax and candelilla wax, I think is what's in there. And so our naturally derived products are made from all naturally derived ingredients. So that is so exciting. So like I said, this is just a little bit sticky and gosh, it feels kind of good. I'm kind of excited about this. So our under eye area is where we show our first signs of aging because there are less oil producing glands there. And so that area produces oil less often than the rest of our pores do. So it's so interesting, and that's why you need an eye cream. So I'm excited to see how this works. Okay, so then I'm going to go on with our foundation. So we have a couple of options for our foundation. There's a luminous, that is the pink stripe, and then there's a matte, which is our purple stripe. So if you have normal dry skin and you want to look a little more luminous, this is a natural, has like a natural luminous to it, and then this is more of an oil absorbing. So the gal that was doing it earlier that I was watching, she was using the matte one because she tends to be a little more combo oily, but we actually mix some oil in with it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I've been kind of mixing both of mine just because it's kind of fun to see a little bit of luminous, and usually I feel like I have to powder my glow, and I'm kind of excited to see this more natural looking glow. So I'm going to go ahead and use the combination oily, the more matte the more matte, and just see what happens. So as we are layering the stuff, the glow just kind of comes through. So awesome. So I like to put it on the back of my hand. She was actually loading hers on her brush and just mixing it in really gently. Once it starts to get down into the bristles, that's not good. So it starts to splay your bristles out and you get streaky coverage from that. So that's not good, but I'm going to put it on the back of my hand so I don't have that chance of that happening. So I'm going to just add one little tiny drop of our Naturally Oil. It's all air. Oh, I love this stuff, you guys. Like I said, I'm more of a combo oily gal, so the thought of putting oil on my skin was like alarming to me. It was really alarming. So I put one drop on there and I'm mixing it around, but I use this every night before I go to bed. So I'm just going to dot it on and then I'll scoop up the rest and go to town and we'll see what happens. One little spot of oil really goes a long ways. Okay, so our foundation is amazing. So depending upon which tool you're using gives you a different kind of coverage. So I love that. You don't have to go back and forth in between like a powder or a cream to powder, or you know, a pressed powder. You can get your different kinds of coverage by using a different tool. So the recommendation was to just kind of stipple it on and not smear it on. Normally I'm a smearer and buffing it all in, but I need a little bit more. But we don't want to displace any of that emollient that's where we put it. We want to keep it right there. So I'm going to grab a little bit more and one more dot of oil. So the oil is sweet almond oil, oh, what's the word? Olive oil, and one other oil. I can't remember. I'll have to look for you guys if you're interested. And it smells really good. It has a really light vanilla fragrance, and it's not scented, but it just has a nice, lovely fragrance. Okay, so I'm just kind of doing that. I'm gonna go ahead and go over my eye area. I feel like that's a little more pigmented than I would like. Okay, so interesting having the oil on. And you know, this time of the year, maybe that's not such a bad idea. I'm gonna look in my mirror really quick and make sure. If you guys have ever tried to put your makeup on in your phone, it's interesting. Okay. Yes, make sure it's all blended. That's one of the things that I can't tell on my phone, if it's blended or not. Okay. It's really hard to not want to smear. Okay, so let me just read over my notes really quick. Liquid foundation, add 1 drop of oil. We do have a foundation matching quiz. I've used that several times and it's about 95% accurate, but let me make sure. She was talking about it and it sounded like it's up and working again. There was a point when I wasn't able to download it and it could have been my phone. So if you're interested, we can send you samples as well, but it's been about 95% accurate as far as matching goes. It just asks you a couple of questions and it's amazing. Okay, so next I'm going to go on with my concealer. So I'm using a deep ivory concealer, and what I want to do is just, I want to cover up down here and make it a little bit lighter, right down the center of my nose, and then I think she did it here, a little bit here, and then a little bit on her chin as well. And then I'm going to go up here a little bit too. So now I'm going to use our blending sponge for this and just gently blend it all in. Can you guys hear my stove rattling? I have a little fireplace right next to me. Oh my gosh, it's so lovely in the morning when it's a little bit chilly in here, and I have a little vibration going on over there. I thought I had that fixed. Okay, now, that's not annoying at all, now is it? Okay, so now, and she just left her spots just really light like that, so I'm learning as I go, and I think we're always students, aren't we? Okay, next, is Deep Ivory Blending Sponge Translucent Powder. Okay, so our translucent powder is amazing, absolutely, absolutely amazing. So it's so finely milled, it floats above your fine lines and wrinkles, and it goes any color because you can have any color skin tone because it's translucent. It just matches everyone. So I'm going to use our big fluffy brush, and it smokes. It's so finely milled. I have deer out in my yard. How fun. We're gonna go under the eye area. And so it seems counterproductive to be putting the powder over where we put all that emollient, but it'll start shining through under eye, nose, chin, and jawline. So she was even doing it over here. Let me grab a little bit more powder. It was almost like she was baking. Now I have tried that before, and maybe I didn't do it right. But I felt like it really accentuated my fine lines and wrinkles. But since I have all that extra emollient on, maybe it will be fine. So we're gonna try it and see what happens. Okay, so now we did that. The glass comes from the products under the foundation, like what I was telling you before. So you can kind of see it a little bit shimmery through here, but it doesn't look like glittery. It doesn't look sweaty. It's just going to look like this natural glow. So I'm so excited about that. Okay, so now we are going to go in with a little bit of our contour. And so for our contour, I love to use our powder. It's called Latte Contour. Let me see. I should have had all of the things ready when I sat down, but I didn't. And so a lot of the girls are just doing like a really natural look with this because they're just kind of accentuating your skin. And so you girls who are just wanting to look more natural but still have your features, you know, accentuated, I think this might be a really good thing for you guys. So this is our contour brush, and the way it's shaped, it just helps to put all the color right where you need it. So this is our Latte Contour here, and so I'm going to use this little pointy end, and it's going to, you can already see like where I need to be contouring. It's like where that shadow is cast right there. So I'm going to start at the back and come forward and blend up. So that's another thing that I learned. Isn't it just great to be learning all the time? I just love it. There and blend up. So you can see that kind of working already. And it's just creating kind of a hollow underneath my cheekbones. I'm gonna flip it over, blend a little bit more. So I don't normally do anything on my nose, but we're gonna try it and just see what happens, okay? So you can do a line along the side of your nose. And then let me grab a little bit more. And so this is just going to create a little more contour. I'm gonna blend that. Make it not look like I have a black eye. And then we're going to go onto our forehead as well. So she had her bangs pulled back and you could see, you know, so I'm gonna just go here and I'm going to leave that center kind of open. So I'm just going to blend, blend, blend. And once we start putting on the other color, we want to just kind of dab. And again, we don't want to be rubbing out. And I didn't put any of that highlight up here because we're contouring now. And so the highlight is opposite of the contour. So the contour is creating shadow and the highlight is creating the glow, okay? So next she used Glazed, I do believe, and Glazed is a beautiful highlight that we have. And so I have a towel right here and I'm kind of wiping off any excess. And so she went on with the bottom part, and so let's try that. And so we're just going to dab. And so this already has some light reflecting properties in it. And so it's what we use just for highlighting, but we are getting a little bit more of that going on here. And just put it in all of our high spots like we were doing where we put all of our other emollients. Okay. It's interesting. We'll see what happens, guys. see what happens. So then we also go back in with some blush, and she suggested to use a blush that has some shimmer in it as well. So I have quite a line there. I don't really want a line. I want to make sure everything is blended. Oh yeah, I can see it over here. There you go. Can you guys see that coming through? It just looks like a glow. How fun. Okay, so since I'm still kind of seeing a line there, I'm going to go in with a little more contour and kind of meet that area. So it looks like a lot of color at the moment, but I'm going to, she went here with a little bit of the contour under her nose, under her chin, or under her lip. So that was the contour that I did there. You guys, I'm totally just learning. So bear with me. This is gonna be fun. Let me know if you want to try it. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, well, there we have it. I'm gonna blend that a little bit more. And so I'm just swiping that color, not where we had the emollient, okay? All right, awesome. So then, you guys, if you're ever like doing your makeup and you're thinking, oh my gosh, I look like I've got a black eye, or I look like I, you know, finish your look first before you wipe it all off, because normally, I don't know if I like that contour on my nose very well. Normally, once you get the look finished, it looks amazing. So finish it, and then if you don't love it at the end, wipe it off. I've done that with my eyes several times. I'm like, oh my gosh, what have I done? And then I'm like, oh, that's not so bad. That might be my new favorite look. So let's see. She recommended Shy Blush. So I would like to use the same thing that she was using. Okay, Shy Blush, so pretty. I'll make sure I have the right one. So these are our cheek colors. Oh, they're gorgeous. So this is the other highlight that we have. This one right here is Sheer Blush. So you can see that it has a little bit of shimmer in it also. So I'm going to grab up some of that and just, again, dab right on my cheekbone, because we don't want to displace any of that color on my forehead. I like to put a little under here, and I'm just going to swipe that because I don't have anything down there yet. Okay, that just gives you a little more color. All right, and then we're just going to keep our eyes nude. I'm going to go ahead and finish the look so you guys can see what it looks like, and just keep our eyes really light, and I think I'll probably just keep it matte as well, because I do love a nice matte eye. So I'm going in with Biscotti, and Biscotti is just a really great, almost like your skin tone color. Gives you a nice powdery finish. I'm going all the way from my lashes up to my brow bone, and let's do that really quick. So like I said, I have a nice powdery finish to be placing the next parts of my color. So I do love to go in, and I'm going to use a little bit of our hazelnut because I have a hooded eye, and so my eyelids disappear when my eyes are open. So I need a little bit more color, even if I'm going a little more natural in my crease. So I could even just leave that there and not do anything else, which I just might do today. And just leave my eyelid light, which I also like to do. And just blend, so then when your eyes are open, you want that color to be visible. So you might need to go a little higher than you think that you do, just so it creates that depth. Okay, I'm liking that. Look over here for a second, you can kind of see. Okay, and then windshield wiper, so we want to keep the darker towards the outside and then blend it in. Okay, perfect. I'm going to go back in with some Sandcastle. So this was Biscotti, and this one right here is Sandcastle. So it's just another really skin tone shade, but it just gives a little more color on the lid. A little more on the lid. Okay, now let's do a little liner because I love our liner. I love our liner. What do you guys think? Can you see the shimmer? Isn't that so interesting? So interesting. I do feel like I'm a little dark on the cheeks, but we'll see what happens. I might have to just do a little more blending with some translucent powder. And it just feels nice. It doesn't feel oily at all. So that's good. I don't feel like I need to, sorry. Am I good at multitasking? No. No, I'm not. Okay, so I just made a little wing up there, just a little tiny wing, and it's just going to help accentuate my eyelashes. So I love the little wing. I love our liquid eyeliner. It's so easy to use. So you can see, I'm just doing little dashes here and just kind of connecting the dots. And what I love about this is that as I am of a more interesting age, my eyelids have become a little more wrinkly. So using like a pencil, it kind of hops and skips over those wrinkles and those lines. And so this is just like using almost like a felt tip marker, and it just makes it so much easier. So what I'm doing is I'm using the angle of my lower lash line and kind of fudging up like a straight line. So that's how I figure out the angle, so then I don't have a droopy, I don't want it drooping down into my lines at all. And then I can make the line a little smidge longer if I want to, and then I'll blend it out with my smudger brush. So one eye is always harder than the other to fix. So here's my little smudger brush. I'm just going to kind of blend that out down there. Okay, perfect. There's some crazy hair today. Crazy hair going on. Okay, next foundation or lash primer. You guys, I never thought I needed this extra step, but I love it. I love it. I would recommend it. Highly, highly recommend it. It helps keep your lashes curled. It helps your mascara to just go on so nicely and keeps it from clumping and keeps your lashes nice and separated. Oh, it's so lovely. Oh my gosh, you guys, I can't believe I'm going into 22 minutes. Okay, this is a long one. She didn't finish her whole makeup look, but I just couldn't. Oh, don't poke it in your eye like I just did. That's not good. Don't poke it in your eye. Okay, so next I have fallen in love with, it's so fun because I've just been trying all of our different mascaras. I have fallen in love with our black brown. How crazy is that? Because I was like, oh no girl, I need black. But this is just really nice. And let me use my mirror over here. Actually, I'll do this so I'm not off of the thing for you guys so you can see what I'm doing. This is our Black Brown Ultimate Mascara. It's only $15. And you know, I kind of like it. And so I've heard the girls talk about minking, and I'm like, what is that? So so I'm not really minking, but I kind of like to layer it, and it kind of is just a nice natural look if you don't want to have like big crazy lashes, but still, I mean, look at the lashes, you guys, so nice. And $15 is really affordable, I thought. So here we go. So minking, let me get back to that. So I learned what that was. And so if you look at a mink's coat or his fur, it's brown down towards the root and more black towards the outside, you know, toward the ends of the hair. And that just makes it look really thick and furry. So the thought is to do 3/4 of your lashes with brown and then tip them with the black. So my other favorite one is our Lash Intensity. Oh my gosh, this adds all the volume, and it's black, and it's got this big fluffy brush. There's short sides and there's long sides, so it's also amazing. This just gives a little bit of love to each and every one of your lashes, and it adds, I think I read like 200 times the volume. Like, it's crazy. So you can kind of see the difference there already. And so I kind of like to layer mine, but I'm not minking. I'm doing the whole thing. I just kind of like how it looks. And then I think I'll just do a really natural lip, like a little glossy lip. Let me see what I have handy. I have shimmer lip. I don't think I want shimmer lip, but maybe a gloss lip. So I have this chocolate nude. Oh, it's so pretty. Let's try that. Let's see what that looks like. Kind of looks like you rubbed a Hershey bar on your lip in the very beginning. I don't know. I think I might want more of a matte lip, so I'm not so shimmery all over, but I'm gonna wear it for a little bit and see what I think. And you know, I'm not hating the darkness here, I don't think, but I don't want to overblend and I don't want to move any of that stuff around. All right, I'm gonna live with it for a little bit and see what I think. Maybe it will photograph really well. All right, guys, I hope you loved the glass skin look, and I would love to try it with you. I need to do my eyebrows next. All right, have a great day. Bye.